These are the words spoken by the four Kumaras. They are addressing the Lord. In this verse, they are mentioning, knowing that they got angry under the influence of lower modes and cursed the doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya. So they are praying to the Lord, O Lord, by your grace, which is pure goodness and is bestower of all blessings, kindly drive away the elements of Rajas and Tamas for the sake of demigods and twice born. We all have experienced that how many times we end up acting in ways which later on we regret. We know that I should not be doing this particular thing, I should not get angry, I should be humble. But in spite of our desiring, in spite of our knowing it, we end up doing mistakes. And if it is one time, two time, it is understandable. To us is human. But many times the same mistake happens again and again, again and again, again and again. So there are many factors which are involved. Like here in this verse it says, the influence of the lower modes. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. Just like a needle under the influence of an electric field or a magnetic field, it behaves according to that field. It loses its independence. You change the field, change the direction of the field, the needle will also move accordingly. We have done some kind of experiments in our school days. So this is a tangible energy, sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. It is Lord's energy, it's material energy, and we can come under the influence of these modes. We talked about knowing, doing gap. One of the contributing factor is these modes. I know I should not be getting angry, but I get angry because of the lower modes. So here the Kumaras are praying to the Lord, O Lord, your pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. Lord is not under the influence of mode of passion, ignorance or goodness. He is Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. This whole process of purification is to come in contact with the Lord. Just like an iron, when put in fire, it becomes red hot if it continues to remain in the fire. Likewise, Lord, who is pure goodness, if we contact the Lord through His various merciful incarnations, deity form, the holy name, prasadam, association of devotees, hearing Bhagavad Gita, hearing Bhagavatam. When we sparsh, yehi samsparshaja bhoga, sparsh, when we contact the Lord who is all pure, who is Shuddha Sattva, we also develop that quality. That's why Kirtaniya Sadahari. Prabhupada says, Maya will not touch you if you are constantly chanting the holy names. This world is full of, more so Kali-yuga. The whole atmosphere is contaminated. Lot of Rajoguna, lot of Tamoguna. So if we don't put effort to associate with the Lord, to cultivate Sattoguna, to be in touch with the Lord, default, left to ours, just like, in a river when there is a current, you don't put any effort, the current will take care of. The person will, he has to leave, the current will take him away. So likewise, the current is current of Tamoguna and Rajoguna. If we don't put effort, if we don't chant our rounds attentively, if we don't do a morning sadhana, if we don't put effort, chesta, in hearing Bhagavatam daily, the current of Kali Yuga will overpower us. 3 days, 5 days you stop chanting, you'll be a different person. Our thinking, our feeling, our willing, all will get imperceptibly influenced. We will not even know. That is the beauty of Maya. Maya means how it attacks, how subtly it penetrates in our consciousness, we cannot make out. People all over the world, they don't think that they are in Maya. They don't think they are in illusion. In fact, they think that devotees are living a very, illusory life. Back to Godhead, birth, death, old age, disease. They are living a real life. So, it's a real force. It is Krishna's energy. And we get influenced by it. We helplessly act under the influence of lower modes. And here the Kumaras are praying, O Lord, who is pure goodness, bestower of all blessings, kindly drive away the elements of Rajas and Tamas. For the sake of demigods and twice born, Brahmanas, devotees, demigods, we all have so many pastimes where even Devatas gets influenced by the lower modes. The Brahmanas, what happened to Shringi, son of this thing. So many other devotees also. Ajamila was a devotee, Brahmana. But what happened to him? So we also should pray to the Lord. This Maya, when we come under the influence of the lower modes, we become more prone, more susceptible to attacks of Maya. What is the duty of Maya? Maya or any illicit activity, any sinful activity, it convinces us. If you ask what is the dictionary meaning of sin or lust, it convinces us that by doing that activity, we'll be more happier than what we are now. If people are eating meat, people are drinking wine, people are engaged in illicit sex, any sinful activity, it is a promise given by Maya that by indulging in that activity, you will become more happier than we are now. This is the meaning of temptation. Everyone, there are two broad motivation for us to act. Everyone, whether devotee, non-devotee, including animals, every living entity, broadly speaking, there are two motivations to act. If you just peep outside this window, you see cars are going, people are traveling, going from place A to place B. Different people, different vehicles, going in different directions for different purposes, engaged in different professions. Objective is the same, and that is two things which are driving them. That is, increase happiness and decrease pain. Reduce the misery and increase the pleasure. So sinful activity which is degrading for the soul has a promise which, if we do not have transcendental knowledge, if we do not have higher taste, if we are not situated in goodness, we'll fall for that trap. And the promise is that by indulging in this activity, you will become more happier. It could be illicit sex, it could be intoxication, it could be gambling. Gambling, you can quickly make money. Sometimes to double money it takes 8 years, 10 years. You can make in one day. What a temptation. And there are examples of it. People have done it. And if we are under the lower modes, we will get tempted. Just like here, the Kumaras could not control their anger. There was a child, their house was next to a canal, and there was a lot of current, lot of water passing through that canal. More so if the dams were opened, so there was a lot of water flow. So the father told the child, "Beta, this canal can be very dangerous, more so in rainy season. Please avoid swimming in the canal." The child said, yes, father. I will not swim. So one day, this child comes back home, and the child was in the swimming trunks, fully drenched. So the father saw him, he got very angry with him. "I told you not to go to the canal, not to swim. Why did you go there? Why did you swim?" So the child, with a little face downwards, ashamed, he said, "Father, I'm sorry, I got tempted." He said, "Why you got tempted?" Again, knowing doing camp. "So why you got tempted?" He said, "I had swimming trunks with me. Because I had swimming trunks, I got tempted to swim." So, very logical answer. He got tempted. So then the next question father asked, "But why did you take the swimming trunks to the canal?" So the child replied, "I took the swimming trunks so that in case I get tempted to swim, I should not run back to house to find the swimming trunk." See how lusty intelligence, this lower modes of material nature, the lower modes, it influences even our thinking, our feeling, our willing, it's not just at the action level, even our thinking, our intelligence. Mind, intelligence, and the senses are the sitting places of lust. Even we start making plans. And that's why if we have to come out of Maya and stay away from Maya, we require Lord's grace. Mama Maya Dhurutteya. By jnana, we cannot conquer, because such kind of plans will come in the mind. I will not do it, just want to touch and go. Or somebody may get a confidence, no, now I am in the movement for 15 years. All these things are for relatively new devotees. This much so I know. So many bhagavatam classes I have attended. So much knowledge I have. So these all are traps. So we should never be confident. Never be this thing that now I know. Now it cannot happen to me. Any moment, any day, any time, we can come under the influence of lower modes if we do not have the grace of the Lord. And we can fall down. So that's what the Kumaras are praying. Give us your grace. You are in pure goodness. For the sake of demigods and the twice born. The four Kumaras were cognizant of their situation in the mode of passion and ignorance, because although in Vaikuntha they wanted to curse the devotees of the Lord. So this is the influence of the lower modes. We can be in Vaikuntha, just like here the four Kumaras, in Vaikuntha. But still they wanted to curse the devotees of the Lord. Since they were conscious of their own weakness, they prayed to the Lord to remove their still existing passion and ignorance. So we also should be aware of our shortcomings, our improvement areas, our weakness. Although it is mentioned that we should not offer specific prayers. Yes, it's a fact we should not ask very specific prayers. But like specific prayers means I want this, I want that, I want, promotion. These kind of prayers are not this thing. But definitely when we know that this is my improvement area, this is where I am becoming weak, we can ask Lord for help in specific areas. Just like here, the Kumaras, it's very specific. They are referring to their weakness. And they are saying, please drive away the elements of Rajas and Tamas. It's specific. They are not saying, please give us blessings. Please drive away Rajas and Tamas for the sake of demigods and the twice born. Referring to their own personal example of what mistake they did. In this material world, we all are, in general, people are, destiny and karma plays a very, very big role. Although people may think that we are independent, but devotees are not limited by their karma because of the power of prayers. Very simple, fundamental understanding. The Lord is all-powerful. He can do anything. Nothing is big for the Lord. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatam ham bande. By the mercy of the spiritual master, by the mercy of Lord, anything is possible. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to US, he is writing, I am insignificant beggar. I have no power to speak. I am a puppet in your hand. Make me dance the way you want me to dance. Make me speak the way you want me to speak. And then same Prabhupada who is having this kind of prayers, that I have no knowledge, I am an insignificant beggar, I have no power to preach. Other side he is chastising the noble laureates. He is going and addressing all learned people, even so-called priests of the other religions, fools, rascals. He is using those words. It looks contradictory. On one side he is saying, I have no knowledge, I am insignificant beggar. The other side, it looks like he is very, proud of his knowledge. He is very arrogant. Arrogant, somebody uses this harsh words, looks like he knows everything. It's not arrogance. He is genuinely situated in, I don't know anything, but by the mercy of the Lord. So devotees also, just like here the 4 Kumaras are praying, we should pray. Beg Lord for strength. Beg Lord to help us overcome those weaknesses what we have. And for that, some element of introspection, some bit of humility. Yes, this is my improvement area. Yes, I am weak. Yes, this is my mistake. Sometimes we are too busy finding fault all over the world with everyone. We forget one thing, and that is to find fault with our own self. If a person is too busy for anartha nivriti, begging, praying, working on himself, improving, he will have no time to find fault elsewhere. Because there's so much fault and so much work inside, so much to be done. Somebody asked the other day in Hyderabad, one may be in having a habit of finding faults or doing this thing. So what is the solution? The solution is to mind your own business. But the problem is if you don't have enough business. So it's a very big business, anartha nivriti. Finding fault on yourself and working on them to remove those faults, begging the Lord, praying to the Lord. Somebody may say, my service is like that. There's so much to be done. If we have no other business, this is a big business we all have. And if we mind our own business, we will have no business finding fault with others, unless it's our authorized service, unless it's our duty. And never ever a time can come when we don't have so much to be done. We have to read so much, so many books are there, so many prayers which we can offer, so many verses which we can memorize. Where is free time? If we are addicted to phones, end up spending a lot of time, or we end up spending a lot of time in prajalpa, we should know it's a danger signal. My valuable time, which should be going in all these things, is going away. Maya is taking away that time. And it's also predominantly because of the influence of the lower modes. There was once a person, going through the forest, And suddenly the lion noticed that person, and the lion was hungry. Started chasing, running behind that person. This person also frantically started running. Few steps away. Some second delay and he would have got caught by the lion. Fortunately, at the right time, he reached a tree. And before the lion could pounce on him, he started climbing the tree. And the moment the lion pounced on him, he had practically reached on a branch which was at a safe distance. Moment he reached the branch, the lion, like that, is waiting for him when he can fall down and then he can have a nice meal. So this person also sitting on the branch had a sigh of relief. Somehow, he could save himself from this lion. And then, when he was sitting on the branch, the lion sitting below looking at him, waiting, when will he come down? So he suddenly noticed on the branch on which he was sitting, there were 2 mice, 2 rats. And he was very astonished to see these 2 rats. One of them was white in color, another one was black in color. Generally when you see rats, typically of same colors. So one of them was white, another one was black. And where the branch was connected to the trunk, these 2 rats are going in circles. First the black one will go, below that the white one will go, then the white one will go, then the black one will go. They are going in circles at the point where the branch was connecting the trunk of the tree. And they were nibbling on the branch. And half the branch was already nibbled. She got scared. 2 mice nibbling on the branch constantly, and down the lion is there. So he was in anxiety. And because he had been in forest for a long time and he had to run for his life, he was very thirsty and he was very hungry. He was looking around for something, some fruit, something. And suddenly, from the top, just near his nose, a drop fell. And then when it licked that drop, it was honey. It looked up. On one more branch in the same tree, there was a honeycomb. And drop by drop, honey was dripping. Imagine, he is hungry, he is thirsty. He is sitting on the branch. The rats are nibbling on that branch. The lion is sitting looking at it. And so what he did was, because he was hungry and thirsty, he put his tongue out and the honey started falling on this thing and he started licking that honey. And honey was so sweet. Imagine, honey is sweet. More so if you have not eaten for days together. If you are thirsty and on top of that you get honey. So he got so absorbed in licking that honey, waiting for the next drop. What did he forget? He became completely forgetful of the lion which is sitting down and also forgetful of the rats which are nibbling on the branch on which he was seated. So this story is our life story. Real time it is happening to us. This lion represents the death. The branch on which we are sitting, the two rats nibbling on that branch, represents day and night, which is coming in a cyclic order. Kala. Prabhupada says, every birthday we celebrate, actually 1 year we have, Kala has eaten away 1 year from our life. We are 1 year closer to death. But are we conscious? Are we conscious that one day we have to go? Are we conscious that with every passing day and night, our lifespan, valuable lifespan, human lifespan, this valuable human form of life is getting wasted with every passage of day and night? That opportunity of purifying our life, going back to Godhead, that opportunity, if we have not spent the time in the proper way, that opportunity is wasted, the time will not come back, that opportunity will not come back. We're not conscious. Why we are not conscious? That honey. What is that honey? What is that honey which makes us forget death? Which makes us forget that every day and night Kala is eating our life? It's materialistic pleasures. It's our attachments. It's the temptations. The promise of higher pleasure, promise of happiness. Maya Sukhaya. And why it comes? Because of the lower influence of lower modes. The more we come under the influence of lower modes, the more we'll forget the realities of life. That's why it's called illusory pleasure, illusion, Maya. Maya means that which is not. What is reality we forget, what is illusion, that becomes the reality. And we all have experience how we fall, how we get trapped. And Maya is so strong. Mama Maya Dhuratya. You don't know that you are in Maya. That's why it requires humility. Yes, Prabhu, I am in Maya. Sometimes even others may point, Prabhu, why are you in Maya? We justify. No, Prabhu, you are in Maya. So, it's a real force. The modes of material nature is a real energy of the Lord. We are getting influenced by that energy. It's a reality. Under the influence of lower modes, tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha tayese chete ete anaviddham sthitam sattve prasidati. Our cheta, our consciousness is getting pierced by this lower base qualities under the influence of this lower. It's a reality. And we are helpless. So prayers, mercy of the Lord, mercy of Guru is very important. And how do we get? By following their instructions, by following their process. They have said chant 16 rounds, follow the 4 regulative principles. Do this morning sadhana, read Prabhupada's books, then we'll get that mercy. Prabhupada says, I have not written these books just to sell and make money. So we associate with Prabhupada by reading his books. We'll stop here. Anyone has any question, anything you'd like to ask based on what we discussed? Yeah. So here, in fact, we couldn't cover. Here says, channa-avatāra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming. Although there is diminishing of mercy, austerity and cleanliness, but he protects. How he protects? How he protects? By introducing the medicine for this age, and that is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, chanting of the holy names. So, just like when there is some disease or there is infection, we protect ourselves. the vaccination happens. We vaccinate ourselves, we protect ourselves by following the regulative principles, by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And when we go in Maya, again, we pray to the Lord, we chant our rounds, we hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and we come out of it. Nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata seva. Daily we'll go in Maya, daily. Be humble enough to accept. We are always in Maya, susceptible to Maya. And Maya is very powerful. Daily without we'll go. And daily we have to do our sadhana very, very sincerely, seriously, and by the mercy of the Lord, come out of Maya. Daily we have to take bath. Daily we will get dirty. We cannot make a program once in a week, 3 hours of Mahabharat. Daily we'll get dirty. No matter what you are, we'll get dirty. Daily we have to take bath. Likewise, daily reading, daily chanting, daily hearing Bhagavatam class. Then it will keep us protected. We will not fall in Maya. And if we are in Maya, we'll come out of it. Prabhupada also says, if we become lax in this morning program, lax means we become little careless, chalta hai. 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, no chanting properly, this thing and all that, then we'll go in this. We'll get trapped. We have one post, negative spiral, positive spiral. Every time we should know where we are, where I am. You can be in a negative spiral. Negative spiral means your chanting is not attentive. You are in Maya. Because you are in Maya, chanting no taste. Because there is no taste in chanting, no proper reading, more prajalpa, more this thing, it's a negative spiral. The symptom of negative spiral is you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. At least this much knowledge we should have. I am in a negative spiral or in a positive spiral. What is positive spiral? You chant nicely. Because of chanting nicely, that you will have sattva guna, you will read nicely. Because you have read nicely, you will have a peaceful mind, you will have a good day. More desire to chant, more desire to read. It's a positive spiral. So at least we should know whether I'm in a negative spiral or a positive spiral. If it is a negative spiral, if it's a positive spiral, very good. If it's a negative spiral, we have to do something. Fortunately, we have all the ammunition with us. We can stop everything what we want to do. If we know that I'm a negative spiral, spot everything. 1 hour read Prabhupada books. 1 hour hear. Chant some extra rounds. Pray in front of the deities. And we'll come out of that spiral. So, we should know this is real energy of the Lord and we are fallible. We are Kali-yuga products. We have, all our past has been, we are not born in some Brahmana families with all sattva guna and all. If we look our past, very rajasic, very tamasic past. So we should know. Prabhupada has given us this morning program, this sadhana, we should make the best use of it. Stop here. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.